Hello, Year 3s, and welcome to your flipped classroom video for this week. This video is going to be looking at our science topic of the skeleton. So briefly, this previous week, we've been doing our cold task and also just having a look at different skeletal structures. And obviously in our art discovery day, we also drew the skeletal structure of an animal. But this term, we're going to be focusing on the human skeleton and what it is used for and the different bones that you can find in it. So I'm just going to share my screen with you, and then we're going to have a look at the skeletal structure of our bodies. So, as mentioned, this video is going to look at the function of a skeleton. So, I want you to think for a second, why do we have a skeleton in our body? What do we have a skeleton in our body for? So all humans have a skeleton. I want you to think, why do you think we have that skeleton? What would people look like without a skeleton? And what wouldn't they be able to do without a skeleton? And then lastly, what do you think our skeletons are made from? These are all questions I want you to have a think about before we carry on. So the first thing that a skeleton does is that it protects. Our skeletons protect the main organs in our body. So the skull that we have at the top here protects our brains. So we have our skull or a cranium, depending on which word we looked at. In the song that we look at, or that we looked at this term, it uses the term cranium, but we can also say skull. So my brain is protected by my skull. My heart and my lungs, obviously my heart, which keeps the blood flowing in my body, and the lungs that help me to breathe in and out, those are all protected by my rib cage that is around it. And then also we've also got in our spines, our spinal cord is protected by our spine, which runs down the back of our bodies. So the skeleton's second job is to support. Our skeleton also supports our bodies and keeps them upright. Our skeletons help us to lift things and to move things as well, because we have joints and things like in our arms that help them to bend and stretch, and then those help our bodies to move and help us to bend our legs, to move, to bend our arms, to move and to lift things. And without the support of our skeletons, our bodies would fall on the floor and look like a flat football or just like a lump of skin and organs. So the third thing our bodies help us to do are to move. So our skeletons help us to walk, run, and move. Our muscles are attached to our bones by tendons, and we can move because these tendons pull our bones backwards and forwards. So these are the three things that our skeleton helps us with. It helps us to protect our vital organs in our body. It helps support our bodies, and it helps our bodies to move. Now, I'm going to put a link in, I'm going to put a link in the bio of just something extra that you can watch. And I'm going to say, it says, let's take a closer look at why our skeletons are so important. And on the side here, as you can see in the picture, it says it's to protect our internal organs, stores and releases fats, produces blood cells, stores and releases minerals. It supports the body and it facilitates movement. So that video will help a little bit about supporting your understanding of what our skeletons do. So if you have watched this video, come and find me or your teacher and tell them 3 things that your skeleton helps that your skeleton helps you to do, helps your body to do, and what the function of a skeleton is. What 3 functions can you tell me about what your skeleton is for? Don't forget to come and share it with us, and I really look forward to hearing your thoughts on what our skeletons do for our body.